So we're going to make a digital badge for the web. So I'm going to start off by creating a new document, choose web as the profile, and I'm going to make the width 600 pixels and the height 600 pixels, and I'm going to click create a blank artboard. Now I'm going to choose a shape for my digital badge. So I'm going to choose a polygon. I've created another video on the fundamentals of using shapes in Illustrator. So I'll give a link to that at the beginning of this video. I'm going to draw this from the center of the page, and I'm just going to double click on the artboard, and I'm going to make the radius 300 pixels, and I'm going to make it 5-sided. Now I'm going to rotate this because I want the shape the way around, and let's just use the down arrow key just to move that down into the center. So next I'm going to offset the shape to give it a border. So I'm going to go Object, Path, and Offset Path. And if I leave this at 10 pixels, you can see it goes outside of the shape. So if I click OK. Now, if you want to offset inside the shape, you then go Object, Path, Offset Path, and if I put a minus sign here, I'm going to make this 20 point, click OK. That offsets the shape inside. Next, I'm going to put a radius on the corners of this polygon. So I'm going to go to my transform panel here, click on the more options here, and I can set the radius to 25, hit enter, and I'll do that with the second polygon. So again, click on the more options. I'm going to set my radius to 25. So now I'm going to look at this inner shape. I'm going to split this inner shape, so I have a triangle and a shape at the top. So what I'm going to use is I'm going to draw a rectangle on top, and I'm going to draw that out. I'm going to use this shape to cut through the shape below, and I want to make sure that the height of this shape is around 98. So I'm just going to change that in the transform, and I'm just going to make sure it's positioned so it cuts through. Okay, so now if I just go View, Artboard, and I'm going to use that to cut through. So if I go to now Window, Pathfinders, I can use one of these maybe shape modes. I'm going to use minus front to use the rectangle to cut through the shape below. Okay, and it splits that polygon now into this triangle shape and this shape here. Now I'm going to put some type onto my badge, so I'm going to use the type tool, and I'm just going to click and start typing creative, and I'm going to enlarge that to 98 points. And this, what I want to show you is quite a useful trick. If you've highlighted text, you can go through the font libraries and you can choose a font that would be most effective with your design. I particularly want to use Montserrat, so I'm just going to scroll down to Montserrat Regular, and okay. So you can also turn text into shapes and then join those into other shapes. So what I'm going to do is turn this text into paths. So I can do that under type and create outlines. And what I'm going to do is join this text to the shape below. I might bring a guide to show me where the center is. So I'm just going to go ruler, show guides. I might just drag in a guide, show me the center there. Okay, so if I zoom in, you can see what's going to happen. So with the text selected and also the shape that I want to join, I'm going to now go shape modes and unite. You can now see how the text has become part of the shape below. If I fill this with any color, you can see that all becomes one shape. I just go and group, view fit on upward. So let me just use the type tool. I'm just going to type digital and move that to the top. Now we can look at coloring this. So what I'm going to do is this second polygon, I'm going to give that a black fill. And then if I choose the text with a shape, I'm going to turn that white. And then this other shape I'm going to add white to. Maybe this outer shape we can now give a graphic style to. So under graphic styles, I'm going to choose maybe Chrome, just to add a border to the shape. Now, if you want to save this for the web, you need to now go File and export your badge. So export as. And from the pop-up menu, you can now choose from the pull-down menu PNG. I'll give this a name. And I'm going to save this to the desktop. You can choose what resolution you want. So because this is for the web, I'm going to choose 72. And on the background color, I'm going to keep this transparent because I want to keep this floating on the transparent background. But if you want to, you can choose to have it white or black. Now I'm going to click OK. That's saved to the desktop. Now if I look at the desktop and double click, I can see that preview. Thank you for looking at my video.